Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Darrell Addison. I'm the owner and founder of a growing concept called Torpedopot. Well, all you do is put your seeds and your plants in that planter, and it grows your food for you with no human intervention. It's a tremendous harvest. And this is just one harvest. We were able to grow 50 pounds of banana peppers. You never water, you never feed. All you do is put your seeds in the planter and it'll grow your food for you. We supplement once a week, but nothing else. The funny thing about it is that my 50 pounds of peppers, well, to grow my next season, all I need is this many of them. The rest of them are for sale. In other words, I can grow peppers for the rest of my life using this seed stock. I will never go hungry. My seeds are designed to grow over and over and over again, and I will never have a problem with food. Again, guys, these are torpedo pots. These are self-growing planters. You see them behind me. All you do is put your seeds or your plants in the planter, and they grow your food for you. You never water your plants again. You never feed. You simply come out and you harvest. And the harvest of 2,000 peppers is like nothing you've ever seen before in your life. You know what's so good about these peppers is that, well, they're such an effective growing system that you won't find 1% having any flaws or anything wrong with any peppers. They're perfect. Torpedopot is a revolutionary growing system. We use the microbes and the soil to grow your food, and that's why all these peppers are perfect. All of them are perfect. You'll never have any problem with any of our peppers. 50 pounds of peppers, who does that? I'm floored. And so I encourage all of you to get a Torpedopot, to get your food at your table where it needs to be at. With 50 pounds of peppers, do you realize what you can do? This table right here has about 29 pounds of peppers. We've just picked them today, and they did wonderfully. This is our third harvest that we have from off of these Torpedopots. Remember now, you can grow 50 pounds of peppers at about 16 feet by 7 feet and have 99% of them perfect. Only Torpedopot can do that. Why are you going out and spending food when all I had to do was to get a bag of seeds, throw them in these Torpedopots, and now I'm off the grid for the rest of my life. I will never ever have to buy another pepper seed again in my life because I've got enough to do what I want to do. So I can feed myself over and over and over again. I will never have to go hungry again in my life because of my Torpedopot. Now, why do I say that? Because Torpedopot is a very successful growing system. Most of you right now, when you're growing, you're putting your seeds, you have to pay to grow your food. I don't have to pay to grow my food. When I grow my food, it should multiply. One should turn into 1,000, but that's not true for you. You put one in the ground, and well, 99% of them die. Then you got to fight against nature and the soil. Then you got to get the tools and the work. You know how I grew these 2,000 peppers? I walked up to my planter, I dropped my seeds in, filled with soil. I dropped my seeds in, put my plants in, and I walked away. I turned that knob on the front. That's the Torpedopot patented process, where we grow your food for you. And I walked away for the rest of the season. And what I did was come back and I harvest 2,000 peppers and multiple harvests. Torpedopot does it for you, and they're perfect, guys. They're so beautiful. Not a thing is wrong with these peppers. And I just smell, oh, the pepper just cutting through the air, and it's just so beautiful. And so do the bees and everything else around it. Torpedopot is the world's first self-growing gardening system that you don't have to do anything, and it grows your food for you with no human intervention. See all this nature around me? They know where there's good food. Not decayed food, but good food. I miss them all. And it's amazing. So what we do is this. With Torpedopot, we develop a system where that you can now, well, you can order, in this case, we have about 10, 20 Torpedopots, 25 Torpedopots that grew 50 pounds of peppers. What we do is we sell them in bulks of 100, bulks of 40, what bulks of 20. We sell them in bulks of 4. Where that, as long as you follow our directions, you'll have food, and you won't have anything to worry about. You won't have deterioration. You won't have, again, this is all based upon the hybrid, the seeds that you use, the environment you're growing it in, so many factors involved in it. But you don't have the problems with the torpedo pot that you have in the ground. The problems that you have in the ground are just too enormous. Don't get me wrong, I love Mother Earth. I love its earth and the changes that it goes through. But we polluted so much of it. We destroyed the earth. And we refuse to accept the fact that we cannot come outside of our houses, throw our seeds in the ground and watch them grow, because we destroyed so much of it. Chemicals in our lawn. We just throw the stuff around carelessly. Torpedo pot isolates your plants and put them into a growing environment where now you can grow 2,000 peppers. Remember, you never water, you never feed. All you do is take your seeds and put them in this planter, and it grows your food for you. In my case, 2,000 peppers. I have nothing to worry about. So a friend of mine came to me and says, Darryl, why don't you sell the peppers? Well, I wasn't thinking about selling them, but I've got to get rid of them somehow. And so I don't know what to do with 2,000 peppers. Now, like I said, this is my third harvest, so all of our refrigerators and freezers are full of nothing but these peppers. I got tomatoes, peppers, onions. I mean, we grew 1,500 tomatoes, 1,500 tomatoes behind me. We grew 150 eggplants behind me. We grew 60 squash in 10 feet behind me. And now we're growing, again, 50 pounds of peppers. Who grows 50 pounds of peppers? Torpedo pot does. I'm just stunned and amazed. I don't even know what to say. So I'm going to bag this up. I'm going to give some to my neighbor, and so that him and his family will have some. And but how they use it is amazing. We made pizza, spaghetti, you name it. Our food is like filled with nothing but delicious, delicious food. And I don't even know how to quantify the fact that we have all these peppers. It is so beautiful, guys. You've got to get a torpedo pot. You've got to get a self-growing planter. You've got to stop messing around with your health and hoping that one day things will get better. Things with your health only get better when you make it better. Get off the grid. Stop buying food from stores around you. Just imagine what you're spending. Now remember, I have a bag of seeds, and my bag of seeds cost me, what, $20, if that at all, probably less than that. And I get thousands of these pepper seeds. I throw them in there and I have pepper for the rest of my life. You? Well, with the same money, your food is gone. I mean, if you spend $100 or $150 on food, on produce, it's gone within, what, a week? And you have to do it over and over and over again. I want you to ask yourself, how psychotic is that? That you feel that you have to spend money to get food when food is free. When all you have to do is put your seeds in the ground and a torpedo pot. Put your seeds in that soil and let it grow your food for you. Taking you off the grid. Dude, you don't want to spend money like that. You're throwing away money. The average family of 4 in the United States, spends between $12,000 and $20,000 of food. Dude, that's the price of a car. I don't have that problem. I can grow 50 pounds of peppers from my torpedo pots by just throwing my seeds in my soil in this planter and walking away. I do nothing else. Again, I supplement once a week, in this case, once every 10 days. And they did fantastic. They did absolutely fantastic. I wish you could see here, smell them. This is amazing. I don't even want to give them away. I just don't know, and I don't have the space to contain all these peppers. And this is just amazing. So I want you to get yourself a torpedo pot, grow your 50 pounds of peppers, and I want you to get off the grid. I want you to stop paying and wasting all that money on what you call food that's not healthy, it's not nutritious. It's got filled with chemicals. You call it food, and yet you're so addicted to it. What's wrong with that? Why are you addicted to stuff that hurts you? Get a torpedo pot and learn to get off the grid. Learn to grow your own food. Learn to develop your own health. Do not put your health in somebody else's hands. We have a lot of people who say, oh, we grow organically, but when we look Well, you look at the amount of organic farms. Have they really increased throughout the United States? Well, probably not. So we're getting our food from what, three or four major food sources, and we're all eating the same stuff. Dude, break yourself off the grid. Get you and your family off the grid. You've been waiting for a system, a torpedo pod system. You've been waiting for a system that will grow food in large amounts like you've never seen before. The system is here, man. It's here. It's called torpedo pod. I just grew 50 pounds of peppers from my torpedo pods by just throwing my seeds in that planter, turning that knob in front of that planter, and it grows my food for me. I am completely off the grid. So what does that mean? That means my food bill, which in some cases is more than my mortgage, is more than my car, has just been reduced tremendously. The only thing I go to the store for is my meats and my grains and things like that. Spaghetti and noodles and things like that. I go for that stuff like that. But for the most part, my spices, my greens, my tomatoes, my eggplants, all of that, I'm off the grid, dude. And I'm doing fine. I am healthier than I've ever been before in my life. And when you tackle good, nutritious food with exercise, dude, you got a winner. Nobody can beat you. Nobody can beat you. I know a lot of you are doing exercises, and I appreciate that you're taking care of yourself and letting us know how important it is to be healthy. But dude, healthiness starts deeper than the bone. It starts deeper than what you're doing. Healthiness has to be brought down deep down inside, and that's with healthy, nutritious food. The food you're getting, you've been taught that, hey, listen, to bulk myself up, I need these proteins, I need these, burn these fats off, I need toning. Dude, this is what causes you to see, what causes you to hear nutritious food. It's what causes you to lift those weights up. Without nutritious food, you won't have, your body cannot defend itself against all of the attacks from viruses and bacteria and so many other things. Dude, you're dead in the water. A calamity comes and you hit like a cold spell or something of that nature, you don't have nutrition inside of your body, it's done. Dude, you wiped out. You must get a torpedo pot. You must get a self-growing planter that grows your food for you with no human intervention. All you do is put your seeds and your plants in that planter, and you too will be able to have 50 pounds of peppers. And trust me, it is beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. You're only looking at our banana peppers. Well, we have many different types of peppers that we're growing, from banana to Hungarian to jalapeno, California Wonder. Torpedo pot grows your food with no human intervention. You will never have a problem with food again in your life. You get the right seeds in the right climate, and dude, you're off the grid for the rest of your life. I hope you can truly understand what I'm saying here. I'm saying that you need to get off the grid. Stop messing around. Why are you spending money over and over again for food? How psychotic and crazy is that? Get off of that. Take your money, buy your torpedo pot once, and guess what? These torpedo pots, well, they lasted me over 5 years. I just replace the feeding stick when I need to replace them, but I do nothing else. I have a growing solution outside my house that's guaranteed to grow my food 365 days a year. Summer, winter, fall, spring, it doesn't matter. I always have food because I have torpedo pot, and that's what you need to get. So, I think I want to mix this with some barbecue sauce and store it away, but I've got to find out what to do with these. I need to find out very quickly because this is a lot of peppers. So I call my neighbors up and say, hey, you want 10 pounds? You want 10 pounds? You want 10 pounds? And they respond and say, well, a couple of them got restaurants. They said, oh my God, let me talk to the head of the restaurant first, my wife. But food, like you've never seen before, will be grown in a torpedo pot, and you will have yours. Now, just imagine, I took trips and vacations. I went away for over a month. I came back, and my food is ready to be picked. It's ready to be eaten. Delicious, wholesome 50 pounds of peppers are ready to be eaten because of my torpedo pot. My torpedo pot grew my food so well that all I have to do is put my seeds and my plants in that planter, and I'll have food for the rest of my life. I now have 50 pounds of peppers. Never water, never feed. Here's some of the other peppers that we're growing. and it's amazing. I mean, we have the banana peppers. Oh my gosh, we have so many Hungarian peppers. We have so many peppers that we're growing. And you see they all mixed up within each other like this. Torpedo pot grows your food. So what I really want you to do is to understand is that the growing paradigm that you're doing is obsolete. Yeah, look at me. I have a torpedo pot. All I do is throw my seeds in, I harvest. Throw my seeds in and I harvest. That's the extent of my garden. In other words, my harvesting takes more time than my growing. In your case, your growing takes considerably more time than your harvesting. When I harvest, I get 1,000% more than what you're getting. In just 20 inches, I can grow from 100 to 300 peppers in 20 inches. You got to create grows and tillers and underground water systems and tarps and bulwarks and all this protection. You got to, no, dude, get a torpedo pot. Put your seeds and your plants in that torpedo pot and let it do the work for you. It's engineered to do the work for you. These are miniature biochambers. They're for growing life, the right life that it takes to develop food. That's what torpedo pot is. It develops your food for you by using the microbes in the soil. I want to eat this so bad, but I know it's so hot. Oh, this is so perfect. Oh my gosh, this is so, I never seen anything so perfect before in my life. So anyhow, this will let you know what we can grow and how much of it we can grow. And we can grow a lot of it. A lot of peppers. A lot of peppers. Hi, Mr. Butterfly. All right, I'm going to cut this short because I just want you to see what torpedo pot can do. And I am so happy, guys. I'm so happy because, well, I don't have to purchase unhealthy food anymore. I don't have to purchase food that I may think is compromised. I can grow my own food off the grid with my torpedo pot, and I got a lot of them. So what does that mean for me? Well, that means I have food security for my rest of my life. You don't have food security because the money that you're spending, $500 a month, $150 a week for food, you'll never see that come back again. When I invested in my torpedo pot, all I did was put my seeds, my plants in my planter. It grows my food for me. My investment is only done once, and it lasts me a lifetime. I have a lifetime of food. You don't. I do. Now, I need you to understand what's being said here. I have a lifetime of food, and you don't have it. Your food is going within a week and within a month. If it don't deteriorate, it rots. What doesn't rot, well, your money's like thrown away. All I do is take the seeds from this one pepper, put it back in my torpedo pot, and let it grow my food over and over and over and over again. I will never have a problem with food again in my life. It's such a big paradigm from what you're experiencing right now. Darryl Addison, torpedopot.com. I got to find out what to do. I got a couple of neighbors who've already accepted this food, and I'm so grateful that they have. And this has been a tremendous growing season. Darryl Addison, torpedopot.com. Love you guys. Talk to you later. I don't know what to say besides this. Torpedo pot is one of the greatest sequestration projects, carbon sequestration projects in the world. What do I mean by that? Well, you see this right here, all this foliage? That's where these plants, that's where these peppers come from. These plants that are growing. And when they grow, they pull carbon out the air and it turns it into food for you. That's why torpedo pot is excellent in urban centers, in urban areas. Because what we do is that we take the carbon that you have from your body, that comes off of your body, the hair and all the parts that you have and the waste that you generate, and we use that carbon, absorb it from the air, and put it in the food. That's why we can grow, in this case, 50 pounds of peppers using a torpedo pot. The torpedo pot accelerates that decomposition process and allows the carbon to be sucked out of the air and put into a place that, well, it gives you free food. So the investment I made when I went online and brought my seeds, well, I'll never make that investment again in my life. I only make it once. And then my food lasts me forever. You hear this? That's the sound of real food. Oh my gosh, it's the sound of delicious food. And guess what's inside of the food? Seeds. hundreds and hundreds of seeds. I'll have food for the rest of my life. You won't. I will. And that's why I want you to see the vision that's going on here. I need you to understand what's going on here. You're spending thousands of dollars every year. A family could spend close to $1 million on food in their lifetime. $1 million. $1 million. Depending upon what region you're in. But me? Well, I only pay once. I take my seeds and my plants and put them in that planter. I never water. I never feed. All I do is supplement once a week, in this case, once every 10 days, and I have food for the rest of my life. I think enough has been said. I think you get the picture, is that you need to switch over, because this is going to save you money. Now, with that being said, these 50 pounds of peppers that we've been able to grow, this is just the third harvest here, are growing in a 18 feet by 7 foot area. 18 by 7. So if your backyard is 18 to 7 feet, you could do the same thing also, depending upon the peppers, the climate, and the temperature, and everything else. But you have the possibility of doing the same thing also. That small footprint can generate 50 pounds of peppers. Do you know how that's going to revolutionize the industry? Well, all you do as a grower is put your seeds and your plants in that planter, turn that knob, and the more you turn that knob, the faster it grows. The less you turn that knob, the more you control the growth of your plant. It's called Torpedopot. These are biotic chambers. They're designed to grow the microbes to grow your food. Nobody can grow food. I can't grow food. I don't have a patent on growing food. Nobody has a patent on growing food. It's a complex biological process that very few of us really understand. But when it's interfaced with the soil, what we do is take the microbes and stimulate them and allow them to grow your food. Allow the microbes to grow your food. And that's why it's so pure and so clean. You won't see problems with our food that you have in the ground, because we control the growth. We control the environment in which our plants are in. Torpedopot does that. So with one Torpedopot, we can grow, 100 to 300 peppers? Imagine if you have in series and you have, well, in this case, you have 300 Torpedopots. You can grow an awful lot of food. So in a footprint of 17 by 7, we can grow 3,000 peppers. More, way more than 3,000 peppers. You can grow 50 to 60, 70 pounds of banana peppers with no problem at all. Torpedopot grows your food. There's nothing else like it in the world. So I got to bag this up, because I promised my neighbor I would give them something to eat. But Darryl Addison, Torpedopot.com. Darryl Addison, Torpedopot.com. You see what we can do? And you know me, I'm stressing it because I need you to understand the importance of the value of what you're doing. Weigh those apples and oranges. You spending $150 a week on food. Me having food that I pay once and I have it for a lifetime. Which one is heavier? The weight that will get you through your life to the end of your life and treat you healthier, that would be the Torpedopot. This is nothing but a mist. Don't be fooled thinking that someone else is giving you food in a package, is making you healthy, and will make you self-sustaining. That's not true. Get Torpedopot and make sure you get a self-sustaining growing system that grows your food so that you'll be off the grid for the rest of your life. Darryl Addison, Torpedopot.com. I'll talk to you guys later. I got a lot of bagging to do, a lot of seeds to collect. My next season, I'll never have to grow again in my life. I'll talk to you guys later. All right, bye-bye.